Hey guys, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately and about the end times, and for a few days now, I just been looking up and just letting my mind open up to some things, in the scriptures, and I don't want to say God showed me this. If it's right, He definitely showed me. Uh, but I don't want to say He did, just in case I'm wrong here and it's just me. But I was thinking about how we calculate things, and you know that God has a prophetic year of 360 days. Perfect circle, 360 degrees. But we know that the rotation of the Earth around the sun in a complete year is 365 days. Um, so I was just thinking, wait a minute, why don't we calculate this prophetically in 360-day years, all the way from creation till now? And I started doing some math on this, and here's what I got. There's going to be two different figures here because some people think that creation started in 4004 BC. Others think it was 4000, and there's some others in between, but mostly it seems to be 4000 or 4004. So this is kind of calculated for both. We're going to start with the 4004 here, and I don't know if you can see this right up here, 4004, and you see the 46 BC, and then I subtracted, which left 3958 BC. Well, see, in 46 BC, Julius Caesar changed the calendar. He added 90 days to that year. That's the longest year in history. He added 90 days to that year. And then the following year, which was 45 BC, because they count down, he added 5 days to the year from then going forward. They call that the Julian calendar. Since then, it's changed to the Gregorian calendar, which is almost the same, just a little bit different. But that's basically what we go by today. So that's 3958 BC and I'm counting those years as 360-day years. I think I'm right on that. Y'all can let me know in the comments whether you agree or not. But for those 3,958 years, 360-day years in God's eyes, right? And then when Julius Caesar changed it in 46, we have to go and add 46 times 5. That's 5 days a year for those 46 years, and it comes up to 30 days. And I put that up here, so we're kind of going to hold on to that, right? So then we go from year one up to 2021 AD. So 2021 times 5 right here, and it gives us 10,105 days. So, like, that's an extra 230 days. Now we got an extra 10,105 days. Then you add those together right here, and it comes up to 10,335 days. So you take the 10,335 days, divide it by 360 prophetic years, and it comes to 28.7. So that's 28.7 years. Um, Now, so when you take the fourth, going back to normal, we'll go to say 4004, time of creation, BC, to all the way up here to today's date, year 2021, comes to 6025. Okay? So then you subtract that 28.70 years from the 6025, and you come up with 5,996.3 years. That point three is 109 days. And I'm not even throwing in the extra 90 that Julius Caesar did. I don't think we need to, actually, the way I figured it. Um, but the point three is 109.5 days. So the prophetic year that we're in right now is 5,996.3, which is getting ready to change next month. But if you want to use the Jewish calendar, it would have changed in September. So you can call this basically right now 5,997. Okay. Now, creation was a week. God did all his work in 6 days, and he ceased on the seventh. He didn't get tired and have to rest, but they say he rested on the seventh, but God don't need to rest. But he ceased his work on the seventh. So there's a lot of people say they think he's allotted us 6 days, which would be 6,000 years, 1,000 years for each day. So 6,000 years, and on the 7,000, when we begin the 7,000th year, that's the new millennium. That's when Jesus reigns. And if that's the case, and we're right here, 5996.3, uh, that would mean, now, first of all, let me say, pre-trib, post-trib, all that. I got another figure here, so any pre-tribbers don't get upset, please. Okay? I mean, I root and wish and pray for the pre-trib rapture too. Um, but from the 4004 date, that would mean that the tribulation has already started. And any post-tribbers might agree. Some post-tribbers might agree with that because of the past couple of years. Um, that would leave. Let's see, 59, 96 going into 97. That would mean in our years, 2026. In that time period would be the start of the new millennium. And 26 is the number for God. That would make sense. And it kind of, depending on how you do the math, it kind of is like a 2025 dash 2026. Because a lot of things are pointing to 2025 also, people have been talking about. But that's for that figure. But if you want to go from the 4000 BC and figure this, it would be, you just take 4 years off of the 5996. It would be 5992, getting ready to change to 5993. So 5993 would give us 7 years until the year 6000. That would be the 7-year tribulation. Um, Now, what's kind of confusing on this part, on any of these figures, is zero being a placeholder, not a number, because zero is not a number. Um, I would think, looking at it that way, 6001 would start the millennium, the new millennium. So that might mean we would still have 1 year before the tribulation started, possibly. I mean, I'm just opening this can of worms. I mean, I thought a lot more on it, and there's a lot more things I've dug up that is just, I just, I've spent so much time just thinking about all this. The other things I got my mind on this, that's come up, I just hadn't got the energy to do it right now. It's some deep stuff in some of this in the rabbit holes, and I'm gonna let some of y'all take it from here if you think there's any merit to this. Um, but it would make sense, God wouldn't use man's calendar, and God, you know, times and half a time, it was always like, a month was 30 days, you know, um, prophetic years, that's what God goes by. 360 days is a prophetic year. And if that's the case, and you just calculate that by start of creation to now, and you got to adapt for, like I say, 46 BC, Julius Caesar changed the calendar. Um, you got to take days off from 46 BC all the way till now, 2021. And when you do all that, like I say, it comes to, we're in the year 5,996. Uh, if you think the year really started in September, like the Jews, then it would be their year's wrong, but I think they possibly have their new year right. I think. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that too with one Nissan and Tishri one. I'm gonna do a video on that too, I think. I got a little more thinking to do about that. But it could be 5997. Point being is we're right here. We're right here, guys. Uh, Pre-trib rapture would still fit right in if you use the calculation of 4000 BC. You would still have time for the pre-trib rapture and then the 7 years of tribulation. If 4004 is correct, then we've already entered the first couple years of tribulation. And if if any of this is correct, you would expect a lot of crazy stuff to be going on in the world today about this, and there is. So, and it kind of also backs up even our own man-made calendar, 2021. It kind of confirms that calendar. They confirm each other as far as, we talk about 2028 or May 13th as being the last day, 2029, that Jesus would need to return if the fig tree generation and all that is right. So they kind of confirm each other. But I'm thinking this may be the real count, the actual real count. We're about to finish the 6,000 years and the millennium starts. I mean, I don't know, guys. You leave some comments. Further this, dig into it yourself. You think there's something to it. Uh, it kind of was like, wow, to me. I know I'm forgetting to tell y'all some things I wanted to tell you. Um, oh, if you in Revelation where it said Jesus said if those days had not been shortened, no flesh would survive. We read it like those days of the tribulation, right? If you go and you look at it in the literal Greek, and where it's just translated and it's kind of choppy and they don't add no words to it, it's kind of vague on that. It's kind of like if days were not shortened, this could mean in that verse about the days hadn't been shortened, no flesh would survive. It could mean God's prophetic 360-day years compared to man's 365, 360-day years, because it ain't a complete year, so that's short of a year, literally, by 5 days. So that would be shortening of the days, and God could have done that from the beginning of creation, shorten the days because he foreknew because he's God, he foreknew in the end times no flesh would survive if they were 365 days years. That's why this prophetic calendar is 360 days. All the prophecies are shortened, so to speak. If you see what I'm saying. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for right now. I just thought this was interesting. Um, Wanted to bring it to you, and you know, you, you anybody wants to grab this video, share it, put it up on your own website and critique it, debunk it, uh, call me a heretic, which I hope you don't do. But if you want to, go ahead. I don't copyright strike anybody. You're welcome to whatever I put out there, and feel free to use it. Um, Maybe dig into it further, whether you agree with it or not. It's okay. Use the video, play it. You don't have to worry about me copyright striking you because anybody has my permission as of right now to use any of my videos I've done. I just thought this was interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. Because if it's true, it's kind of exciting, it really is. It's I did a lot of thinking on it. This seemed pretty simple right here, but I took days thinking different scenarios and different things, and I just kind of shortened and summed it up right here with this to make it simple as I could. But there's a lot more you can dig into on this, a lot more. Um, and I probably will. I'm hoping that y'all will too. But I love you guys, and don't forget, give your life to Jesus. Ask him to forgive you of your sins and follow his ways. Okay? He died for us. I love you guys. Bye.